When you get really into lifting or bodybuilding specifically, it's easy to get overwhelmed with exercises and the quest to find the so-called best exercise for each little section of a muscle. But I have to tell you that this doesn't exist. Let's look at the lats, for example. There's a lot of back and forth right now in social media about lat training. Which exercise is best for the upper lats? How do you isolate the lower lats? And so on. The truth is, there are no long-term studies that I'm aware of that compare muscle growth outcomes for one section of the lats to another. All we really have is EMG studies that show that part of a muscle was more active using one type of exercise than another. But just because it's more active doesn't automatically mean it's going to grow better. These studies are also very short-term, just a couple of weeks. So it's really hard to say for sure what's happening. Here's what we do know about the lats. They pull your arms down in the frontal plane. That means when they're out to your sides. That is well established. And the research we do have shows that exercises that work them that way activate the lats to a very high degree. That means pull-ups and lat pull-downs. Any variation you do on these should work. You can do close grip pull-downs. You can do wide grip pull-downs. You can do them with your palms facing you or facing away. All of these have been shown to work the lat muscles very similarly. So they all work upper and lower lats. But the best one for you is individual. That's why trainers and bodybuilders say to mix up your workouts and do a lot of different exercises for each muscle. The same applies whether an exercise is done with a barbell or dumbbells, a machine, TRX, or whatever you're using. If the movement is the same, the impact it has on your muscles is going to be mostly the same, with some minor variations. And unless you're a high-level bodybuilder looking for the greatest competitive edge possible, it really isn't going to make that much of a difference in your physique or your life. No variation on an exercise is perfect, and none of them absolutely suck. The exercise that's best for you is the one you have the equipment to perform, the one you can do safely, the one that you feel in the target muscle and enjoy using the most. These influencers who try to convince you that one movement is way better than another and something else is totally useless, realize that they need to keep producing content in order to keep their audience and make money. And some of them are clearly getting desperate. So just try a bunch of different exercises and get stronger. When you get strong as hell on a lot of different lat exercises, I promise you your lats will be bigger, upper and lower.